And this is another example that you've pointed out in recent months, Cam, in regards to Miami not needing to have somebody who's available to go grab, but really anybody's on the table to take a shot at.
Yeah, man. Look, I mean, Derek Nicholson was at Louisville, and then he left for Cincinnati. So he was employed as a linebackers coach. A very highly thought of, young up and coming coach. He's like 35 or 36 and everything. Got him up off of his good job. So, hey, why don't you come down and coach linebackers in Miami? Been at Louisville. You're not recruit against Miami in Miami, but wearing the U logo in South Florida. All right, cool. Shannon Dawson, gainfully employed. Let me get you up off that. Guidry, gainfully employed. Let me get you up off that. Like, this is what I've been saying, people are always, the easy thing to do is look at the free agent list of, I heard this person's gotten fired and this person's gotten fired. So these are the people who are available in the coaching carousel. Again, and I'm not saying, and remember I said, probably the super duper top, guys who had just gotten hired, like a Garrett Riley or something, probably not going to leave because he just went there, at a very premium program, stocked with talent, all those kinds of things. But yeah, look, we're going to get guys to work here, and we're going to get guys up off of their good jobs. And we have done that many a time and time and time again. So, the last 3 hires that we've made, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, and linebackers coach, were gainfully employed elsewhere when we got them. Look, man, that's what I've been talking about. Like, yeah, you don't have to just think of who seems to be available because they're not currently employed. Look, we're going to go get guys off of their jobs and have done that. So, yeah. Now, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get everybody in the next 2-3 weeks because, spring practice starts on March the 4th, but it would be my hope and goal that, we have a full staff by then, but we'll see.
Now, my initial response to that, especially in the case of Guidry and Nicholson, is they not only were gainfully employed, but they had just switched jobs and gone to another program and had only been under contract at that program for 3 or 4 weeks. And then
Kevin Steele did the same thing in Maryland last year, remember?
Yes.
So like that's 3 hires in the last calendar year, basically, who were in the job we hired them from less than a month. And we just, okay, cool. Yeah. Anyways. Now, and that's why I say that, like, there are some specific individuals who that, again, if you're thinking, we're going to go hire a Garrett Riley, we're going to go hire a, insert assistant here who's like really, really great, who just went somewhere else. Those guys probably not. But even like a legend of the game, like Kevin Steele, did and got him. You know what I mean? So like, we'll see.
So we always hear about the buyouts concerning head coaches, but I got to think that there's a buyout involved if Lance Guidry just signed a contract at Tulane and Derek Nicholson at Cincinnati.
That's fine. I mean, we're not Notre Dame. We're going to pay it, and this is the world of college football. Like, if you're supporting the coach and you're supporting their vision of the program, then you're going to go do that. Whereas Notre Dame, wanted, or Marcus Freeman wanted, dude from Utah as offensive coordinator, and then they said, we're not going to do that. We're not going to pay the $2.8 million buyout. Probably would have been a little bit more because, you want to bring the offensive line coach also, but like, Notre Dame got more cash in a little bit. Like, they're the Catholic University of the United States. Like, I went to a Super Bowl party and I met 2 people who were like, staunch Notre Dame fans on the strength of their Catholicism. You know what I mean? It's not because they're poor. It's because they're standing on principle of the way that we're going to do things at the University of Notre Dame. Cool. So like, I'm the head coach at Notre Dame and this is the guy that I want. And you're empowering me to run the program in the way that I see. But then you say, cool.
If I understand it correctly, it may be a situation in which they were willing to pay a buyout, but they thought they could negotiate it down. And when the buyout was held to the strictest standard by Utah to say this is the contract, you need to pay in full what the buyout is, then they backed off.
Hey, whatever. But in the world of college football, 2.8 is the cost of doing business, and that is not even a drop of water in the ocean for the coffers that the University of Notre Dame has. But they want to stand on principle for that and whatever. But, hey, and if that's what they want to do, fine. If you like it, I love it for you. But in terms of Miami, and yeah, probably did have to pay some of these buyouts and everything. Cool. All right. Like, that's not going to inhibit us getting and going after who we want. So this little bit of money here, cool, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. You can move your stuff down to Coral Gables right now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're going to make that happen.
And for a lot of Notre Dame backers, they're not so much concerned that Andy Ludwig in particular, not that he's not a tremendous coach, but that he can't be replaced. It's more about the optics of this is the way we do business or fail to do business. And this isn't the way it's done with the other big boys.
Okay.
So how can we compete?
I mean, if that's how they want to do, but like that's part of the reason why Brian Kelly left that institution, because, yeah, but c'est la vie. Dem Kane's one. Before I agree with you, and I'll read the comments. So Mario took a page out of Saban's book. Remember, Bama was pound the rock on offense and play defense. College changed to pass first, so he hired Lane Kiffin and started running spread. That's assuming that we're going to do the same kind of a change on the offensive scheme, right? Which is not necessarily guaranteed. You know what I mean? I think we're going to have some spread elements, but like, I'm not going to sit here and make the one-to-one comparison of the change that we're going to see. You know what I mean? And like, this is a thing. This is where people get mad at me saying, "Oh, Mario needs to be like Saban and push for such a change." Well, Mario's not Saban. I said, no, I'm not saying he's the same coach, but like, eventually you get to see this old school way of doing things is not how we play this game anymore. So we need to update our process and everything. And yeah, when he came in, Lane Kiffin, like, hey, look, that was an incredible offense. I mean, like, there were all those times that, he schemed up, Jerry Jeudy, Grandpa Judy, wide open up the sideline, and he's celebrating the touchdown before. As soon as it snapped, you see 2 steps. Good, baby. Like all those kind of things. Yeah. And it could be, but I'm not going to make the one-to-one analogous comparison with what Shannon Dawson's offense is going to look like and perform like in Miami right now. It could be a step towards that direction, but it is way too soon for me to say 100% that it's the same. But at this time, it seems similar enough that is empowering or hope giving. You know what I mean? Like to those of us who watch and root for the University of Miami.
And Saban himself was even upfront about his dislike for where the game was headed, but he didn't let that get in the way of winning.
Right. You might not like it, but we're still going to do it. Like,
yeah.
What do I look like standing here on principle like Notre Dame and being intractable and not changing while everybody else is and winning? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't. I'm going to stand on principle and lose, or I'm going to make an informed update to my paradigm and push the envelope and keep winning. Option 2, please and thank you.